It sounds like you got some bad fuel this week.
It does. It did. I think I did because
And
I had some
how
crappy
do
fuel
you
mileage
how do you know that, Charlie?
because I tracked the hell out of my fuel mileage utilizing Let's Truck, which is a pretty awesome thing. I'm gonna pull it up to see what I actually did this week. Let's see, custom. We're gonna put it for Wednesday till today. We're gonna hit go. 9.91. So my worst tank this week was 9.31. My best was 10.74. That's a pretty significant spread for doing what I'm doing. I really shouldn't have that great a spread. I did have a about a mile per gallon spread last week. That was on 5,240 miles, actual miles, not paid miles, unfortunately. Yeah, it's a thing because I have quite a bit of out of route or preferred route miles that I choose, and then it's 107 miles each way from the DC to my house and back. So that's 214 miles extra every week that I do. Anyhow, but yeah, so I think I got kind of a not like totally bad, but not a clean run of fuel. Like I was telling Jeff, maybe there was a weird cetane level in there or something like that.
Mhm.
Um, because the stretch from Biloxi down to like McAllen or any of those places in Texas, we usually do pretty well. And we usually get down there. And this is the funny thing is we usually get down there, above 10 from that fuel stop, get to the stores, and we're usually above 10 miles per gallon. Um, and then because of idling, it drops, down in the, upper or even mid nines sometimes. And this week on that tank, by the time we got to McAllen, we were at like 9.15 or something like that. And that just hurt my feelings like tremendously. Coming back up to our next fuel stop, we're empty at that point and still only managed to get it up to 9.31. So that was kind of a weird thing. We were driving slightly faster than normal because we had some extra miles in the load, needing to get it up to Denton and then back over to Lake City from there. But it wasn't enough to to give me the result that we got, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
Um, just because I know these routes and the weights and what to expect any given day with this route. And yeah, I think it was just a not a terribly bad load of fuel, but I think there was definitely a quality problem with that load of fuel. And it was at the QT in Gulfport, Biloxi, right around that spot. Um, it's a spot Rosie and I like hitting because yeah, it's just a convenient spot. We do our shift change there and everything else. So but yeah, it was a little off putting, but I checked my Davco filter and there was nothing visible there. I don't think it was a huge problem in the other two fuel filters, so I didn't go through and change filters. The next tank was a little bit better, and the tank after that was back to where it should be. So I think we just worked that little bit out. If I was really concerned by it and it actually dropped more than what it did, I actually would have stopped and had all the filters changed because I don't have filters for this truck. I don't. I just never bothered to get it set up that way. I don't know why. I just haven't. But if you are playing the fuel purchasing game and you're hitting mom and pops, I would highly recommend getting yourself an extra set of filters for your truck so that in the event you get a
And
bad load, you can fix it.
and where would you get those filters, Charlie? Would you pay full price at Swift, or would you go somewhere else?
Well, so you wouldn't pay full price at Swift. I actually do buy quite a few filters or things like that at Swift because I get their price, but with a 20% markup, right? And sometimes it's better, sometimes it's not. But what I do is I'll call, my carrier, their parts department, say, hey, what's the price on this, this, and this? And they give me a price. And then I call my Freightliner dealer and I check them out. And I might even check Fleet Pride and things like that to find about getting the best price so that I have those things on hand. And if I don't need them right now, there's so many options out there that you can get a better price. And next time you come home, throw them in your truck. You know what I mean? If you can just order them, have them delivered, you're good. So, but I am definitely going to shop around usually.
I know that when we first started really paying attention to fuel price, Charlie, one of the recommendations you gave me was to get some of the cheaper Davcos from Speedco.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because if you end up with bad fuel, it's like $15 instead of 60. For that
Yeah.
filter.
In fact, I think they were like 11 or 12.
Yeah.
And they're not great filters. Don't think by any stretch of the means that they are. Okay.
Right. They're not going to last as long, but.
Right. But with a crappy load of fuel, you're actually going to go through several filters anyhow.
Right.
And that's what you want on your truck is the crappy paper filter. That it's not going to hurt your brain. And then once you got all that crappy stuff out, you can put a good filter back in.
Right.
And
so